Good evening. My name is Lauren Vella, and I'm a member of the Delaware Women's Hall of Fame Committee. Our final honoree tonight is Colonel Melissa A. Zebley, a lifelong Delawarean and a distinguished 32-year veteran of the Delaware State Police. Colonel Zebley's journey of service began at St. Mark's High School, where she discovered her calling through the State Police Explorer Program. Selected for the 61st Delaware State Police Academy class in 1992, she embarked on a remarkable career, serving as a patrol trooper, training academy officer, patrol sergeant, director of public information, and troop commander. In 2010, Colonel Zebley rose to the rank of major, joining the state police executive staff as an administrative officer. She managed critical areas such as budgeting, training, and human resources. She later transitioned to operations officer, overseeing the Newcastle County Patrol Troopers, criminal investigations, and the statewide traffic section. In 2019, she broke new ground as the first woman to lead internal affairs, information technology, and the Office of Strategic Development as deputy superintendent. In July 2020, Colonel Zebley made history as the first woman appointed superintendent of the Delaware State Police. She leads Delaware's largest law enforcement agency, overseeing more than 700 sworn troopers and 300 professional staff. Those who know her best describe Colonel Zebley as unflappable, incredibly humble, a giving mentor, and a courageous leader. Her service has made Delaware safer. Let's learn more about Melissa's exceptional journey in the following video.
It was a great honor to nominate Colonel Zebley for the Delaware Women's Hall of Fame. When I read the criteria for the qualities of person that the Hall seeks to find, I saw each and every aspect of what an ideal nominee would be, certainly exemplified by who Colonel Zebley is each and every day.
I would say Melissa in general is probably one of the most selfless people I know. You know, one of the things I've referenced throughout my career is a Maya Angelou, part of one of her poems was, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And if Melissa Zebley is talking to you, speaking to you, if there's something going on with your family, you know she cares. She takes the time to go down and talk to everyone. And when you come across her, I think you realize that it's almost like there's no one else in the room, there's no one else in the building, and she really cares about your well-being. It's not just a superficial hello.
Colonel Zebley has such an immense responsibility of representing every woman and man that wears a Delaware State Police uniform, yet she still finds time within that very aggressive schedule to be very purposeful about other things that are important to our community. You know, one example of that is her dedicated support to Camp Barnes. Camp Barnes is an unbelievable place in Sussex County where they certainly host a very significant number of kids throughout the summer months and bring them in, provide activities, and certainly have a really deep, rich history as they recently celebrated their 75th anniversary of giving back to the community. And as Colonel Zebley sits on that board, she's extremely passionate about how she can best support Camp Barnes.
For her, her legacy is not just with the state police and to achieve that rank, but more so all of the people that she was able to help lead and mentor along the way. She has always had an open door, open phone call. I will meet with you wherever, whenever, to help you.
Colonel Zebley was our first female superintendent in the 100-plus year history of the Delaware State Police. She's done so with certainly pride and dignity, And she certainly assumed that responsibility during one of the more difficult times for law enforcement as an industry. We were in the wake of a global pandemic, certainly dealing with social unrest in the wake of adverse national events. But she did so by leading with compassion, with empathy, with care, and she became that leader that all of our troopers at every rank could look toward and know that they, in fact, had her support during a challenging time, and certainly created the opportunity for us to really emulate who she is in the way that we provide service to the citizens of the state of Delaware, and she did so very successfully.
For her groundbreaking service to Delaware and dedication to protecting our state, we ask that Melissa join us on the stage to accept her induction into the Delaware Women's Hall of Fame.
Good evening. I am abundantly grateful and humbled to be in your company and share this evening with the women in the class of 2024 receiving this prestigious honor. Thank you to Danny and Laura for your kind words and for the contributions from retired Detective Bill Chapman, retired Colonel Coop, and Lisa Smith from Special Olympics Delaware, for the written reflections that accompanied Lieutenant Colonel Meadows' nomination. Certainly, thank you to Danny, not merely for the nomination, but for being by my side for the last 4 years, to include countless critical conversations, heartfelt counsel, laughter, and what is undoubtedly a lifetime of friendship. Thank you. You innately realized that I greet you tonight as the final recipient on this wonderful evening as a byproduct of my last name. Thank you, ma'am. A name that I proudly wear and that accompanies my badge on the outside of my uniform every day. As I often say, I am a Z by design. As a quiet, shy kid, my family can attest to that. That Z generally meant the seat in the rear of every classroom, happy to be called on last, or perhaps the opportunity to get the last word. From that, the attributes instilled in me were patience and an appreciation for listening with the purpose of learning. So as we listened to the amazing accomplishments of the women being recognized tonight, I can promise you that it is an honor for me to count my last name among yours. Across the broad spectrum of women who preceded us, I have friends and mentors and count you all as a source of inspiration. And that includes my new friend, Dr. Tufo, who called me to make me not only aware of my selection, but in fact my nomination. So thank you for that. And to the members of the Office of Women's Advancement and Advocacy. This experience and this evening affirmed to me that this is not merely a moment, it is momentum. My life's foundation was built by my parents, siblings, and extended family. As the youngest of 3, I came, well, last. That was my training ground, and my brother will know this, for listening and learning. I am joined tonight by my brother, my sister-in-law, as well as the architects of our family, the most amazing people in any room they enter, my parents, Jack and Diane. True story. With their fathers, who were both in the Wilmington Police and Wilmington Fire Departments respectively, Jack and Diane instilled in us a noble work ethic, the necessity to develop fortitude, to keep faith, and to live your life with the virtues of humility and honor. I thank them for both for shaping my character and encouraging me to chase my dreams. While supported by an amazing family, I'm also blessed to be surrounded by a formidable group of friends. 3 of them are here tonight. Laura, who you heard from, Bree, and Jodelle. You are women who fill my soul. Your courage in your own work inspires me every day and dares me to believe that all of my goals are possible. Thank you. With those values in my heart and these people in my life, I was called, much like my colleagues in the room, that sea of suits that were mentioned earlier, to live a life of public service. And the Delaware State Police is where we also call home. The first faces I met on that journey in the summer of 1992 were my amazing classmates in the 61st DSP recruit class. The fine group that you probably purposely sat by the rear exit. Some of them are here tonight, including our drill instructors. For reasons we all understand and know well, our class slogan was simple and pragmatic: rock. We know why, but in my opinion, it defines our 32-year relationship. We have been a rock for each other throughout the academy and throughout our careers. The successes, setbacks, heartaches, and happy times. We have a shared identity that I treasure, and I thank you for being here. From those earliest days until what are too quickly becoming my last, I have held various assignments around our state, and on every occasion, I have witnessed firsthand the selfless commitment and courage of the women and men in the DSP family. I am grateful for every member who has lit the path for me, including many women before me and the many who are in this room, those who have challenged me and those who have believed in me. A seminal moment was being selected to join the executive staff during Colonel Coop's tenure as he was assembling his team. Sir, by selecting me, you knew you would be challenged and I would be tested. I thank you for the handwritten note I still have that you gave me 14 years ago as a reminder that for anything I may accomplish, in your words, I owe no man. Thank you for the influence you've had on my life. That influence extends to your successor, Secretary McQueen. Through your term, sir, we shared long, genuine conversations, successful agency innovations, unimaginable loss, and enhanced our capability to rise back up and meet every moment with dignity. Thank you, sir. As colonels, we work in concert with the Troopers Association leadership. In every meeting we've ever had, the prevailing conversation centers on enhancing the safety and support of troopers so that they can continue to serve with distinction. I thank them for being here tonight and for the cavalry of troopers that they brought here to support me. Thank you all very much. Most notably, I offer my gratitude to the executive staff and administrative team who I am surrounded by every day. You are an amazing group of people. You are talented troopers and professionals who give every measure of effort to support, train, champion, and lead the DSP family. We are all the witnesses to the valor, compassion, and commitment of divisional members who we know not only protect people they have never met, but more often than realized, they reach into their hearts and often into their own pockets to support individuals in need. Being a trooper is so much more than law enforcement, and that mentality starts with each of you. It is a blessing for me to close my career in your company, and I am certain that the future of the DSP will be exceptional under your care. As my career nears its final days, I approach it with gratitude. The blessing of a full career is a treasure that not all of our fellow troopers have had, as they have given the full measure of sacrifice. Speaking for and about our fallen heroes and their families has been one of my greatest honors and responsibilities. I thank Mrs. Eleanor Allione, my friend, and our president of the Delaware Cops for being here tonight. I pledge that my support does not cease in retirement, so save a seat for me. The influence of the people in my life, along with the values of humility, honor, patience, listening, and lifelong learning, prepared me to lead. For me, this is an honor bestowed upon my family, both born and sworn, past and present. This acknowledgement also shares their last name, their sacrifice, and their commitment to this state. So, while on several occasions in my professional life, I have had the opportunity to become the first within the Delaware State Police, the real accomplishment is that I know I will not be last. On behalf of the women and men of the DSP, thank you all, be well, and stay safe.